All right, hello everyone. Welcome to this Yin Yoga class. Is it too loud?
No, I've just never sat like right by the speaker.
To start, find a comfortable seat. And close your eyes down. Remember, what was your intention, or what is your intention? What's your sankalpa? What's your wish, direction you want to experience? Now connect to your breath. Let's start with an together. Please inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Keep the breath present, slow and steady. We're doing a little breathing exercise to start with. So imagine a square in front of your eyes. We inhale, we start from the bottom left. We inhale on the left up. We hold the breath from the left to the right. We exhale from the top right to the bottom right. And we hold the breath out from the bottom right to the left. Like in a square breathing. I guide you through. Please inhale with me for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Continue in your own rhythm. Maybe you need a bit more pause or longer counts. Make this into your last round. And return to a natural breath. With a short breathing exercise like this, we reset the breath pattern of the day, and that is very healthy. To return to a more relaxed rhythm. Good. From here, blink the eyes open and find your way onto your back. Just lying down. You might be in the picture a little bit. Is that difficult for you? No problem. And again, return to your breath. Just to remind you, breathing as key practice of yoga. Almost whatever you do in postural yoga, breathe. Let the breath be full, conscious, and sweet. And see how the breath flows by itself. You don't have to do anything for it. There's no effort. It's just happening. Feel into that movement that happens through the breath. Subtle movement of chest and belly, probably. Good. Now when we transition from one pose to another, keep that awareness of the breath. Sometimes a bit more difficult because there's so much happening. You move, you think, you walk, do. You're in action, but keep that subtle awareness of breath flowing. The first pose we're going to do today is supported bridge pose. For that you need your block. So keep breath awareness and reach out for your block. And bend the knees. If you don't know exactly how to do it, you can have a look. Bend the knees and place the block underneath your sacrum, the bony part. You can use all levels of the block, the lowest one, the second, the third. And now there are a few ways of how to deal with the feet. The first idea is to bring them mat width apart and then let the knees go to the inside and touch each other. Another idea is to extend the legs. That intensifies the stretch. Or the last one is have them half bent and let the knees fall open to the side, which maybe has more compression energy in the lower back. So find a way that the body feels all right, no pain. And let the arms go either over your head or onto the sides, spreading wide, or maybe even on the body if that feels nice. Explore. Where do the arms want to go? And as Yin Yoga is not a practice where you have to get somewhere, become better. It's a practice much more to feel and to surrender. So you don't have to choose the highest option of the block. You don't need to choose the most intense variation of the pose. You can feel in any shape. You can surrender in any pose. And first find your breath again. And imagine every inhalation is a sweet nurturance. In yoga we say we breathe prana, that life force that animates us. So imagine that life-giving quality of every inhalation entering your body, nurturing and feeding all the organs, the brain, all systems. And turn to the body sensations and observe how the breath actually moves, still moves the body in a very subtle way. What does it move? Where does it flow? Today's class will be 6 minutes per pose. So you have all the time of the world to go deep and feel and simply receive. And if it's too much at some point, you are most welcome to adjust or go out of the pose and find your neutral on the back. Every inhalation is also a gentle little yes to life, to staying alive, to being alive. Your body wants to be here. And your mind wants to be here. So underneath all that turmoil, all those problems, there's still a yes. I prefer to be here than not. So I invite you now to feel into that yes, into that inhalation, life-affirming quality. And it's less about thinking a yes, it's more about feeling. There is a body and I have the feeling of a body. I have the feeling of aliveness. I have an experience. I am. A few more moments here in this pose. keep the awareness of your breath while slowly releasing that posture, removing the block, finding your way back onto the mat. Still aware of your breath. Let's stay here for a minute or so. The yogis teach that if we place our awareness to our breath, the quality of prana, that life force, becomes better, is increased. Good. For the next pose, please roll to one side and come into a seated. This time you need your bolster at the front of the mat and a block. The next pose is called Sphinx. So I would appreciate if you turn your head towards the front of the mat, facing towards me, and the feet to the back, and you lie down on your belly. I show you two options, with and without props. Without props, you just place the elbows underneath the shoulders or slightly forward, fingertips facing forward. And the first thing we want to do is to press the pelvic floor ever so slightly into the mat. So activate the glutes, just gently press the pelvic floor or the pubic bone into the mat. And then as a second action, draw your elbows closer energetically, only like not moving them, just draw them towards your ribs. So your heart can go forward. And then press gently into your shoulders to come up here. So this is an active pose, and we're just doing this for a few seconds to create more length in the lower back. Still keep breathing, effortless. Good. Now two variations of this pose. Number one, you just relax now everything down, except you stay on your elbows. That's the version without props. If you want to use props, and especially if it's strong for your shoulders, you can use a bolster on the chest. That takes out the pressure of the shoulders. And secondly, you can use a block for your head. So choose one or the other or a combination. If you do it without the bolster, it goes strongly into the neck, which can be intense, but also quite nice and releasing. And you can experiment and play with that. But eventually find one of those poses and find stillness. Now return to breath awareness. Or if it's not enough for you, you can also place the elbows on top of the bolster. That will intensify the whole pose. And with the breath, see how does the breath flow if you're inverted, like if you're belly side down. How does the breath flow? Where does it flow into? What does it move in the body? Now let's bring the awareness again to the breath. And in Yin Yoga, we don't manipulate the breath. We let the breath flow naturally. And this is our indicator if we are good or too deep in a pose. If we are too deep, the breath normally turns very shallow or heavy or interrupted, almost holding the breath. If that's the case, you're too deep, you have to adjust. The breath is easy, flowy, effortless. That's a good sign. So what does the breath do? It transports the oxygen into our lungs, and from the lungs into the blood, and from the blood into the muscles and organs, into the brain, and everywhere where it's needed. And then it's transformed into energy, kinetic energy, electric thoughts, feelings, motion. So literally, the breath gives us life, gives us movement, ability to think, to exist. That's what the yogis meant when they say in the breath there's the prana, the life force. Maybe you can feel into that quality of life-giving breath right now. And it just happens. Breath just flows. Nothing you need to pay for, nothing you need to work for, just flows. It's a gift. Aliveness is a gift. Beautiful. Let's slowly remove the block and the props and return to a neutral. You can lie down on the belly, or you turn on your back if that's more convenient. And feel into the areas of stretch or compression, how they release now. What's the inner experience of your body? Sweet. Let's go to the next pose. For that, you need to sit up again, please. It's a side bend, and you need a bolster next to you on the mat. And it's helpful to have a pillow just in front of you. So it's a variation of banana pose. So from easy cross, you take out the opposite leg of the bolster so that you have a diamond shape kind of leg situation. And then you lie sideways down on the bolster. And for those who have very small bolsters, maybe you need two. And then you open the arm over your head. Yin practice is passive practice. No action, no doing, no holding. And return to the breath awareness. Enhance that breath with sweet, loving awareness. How does it feel to breathe in this position? And I don't mean you trying to figure out mentally how you could judge it. I literally mean, how is the feeling of your body sensations? What is moving? How does the movement feel like? What's the nature of your sensations? And now maybe emphasize your focus on your exhalation. Feel into that. What the exhale does in terms of physiology is to bring dioxide out of the body, which is a toxin for the body, carbon dioxide. So once the energy is used, it goes into the blood, back to the lungs, and you exhale carbon dioxide. Food for the plants. So you release, in other words, what is not needed anymore. And what we see is that life needs both. It needs the inhalation, the entering of life force, and it needs the opposite side, the releasing, the letting go, the little death. That is what creates the balance. Also, the exhalation slows down the heart rate. You can maybe even feel that every exhale, heart rate goes down. Inhale, heart rate slowly increases. So that's how our body says, relax. Exhale, relax. Exhale, let go. Exhale, surrender. In that mode of surrender, you are allowed to simply receive. You don't need to manage your thoughts, manage anything, future, past, or problems. You just receive. What is here right now? What do I feel in the body? What do I receive? Good. Keep breath awareness while slowly moving out of this pose to find your neutral, your Savasana, like on the back or belly. And maybe this time, in this neutral, feel into equally inhale and exhale. Let them both be present. this little dance. Whenever you feel ready, let's go to the other side. Same posture on the other side, so bolster this time on the other side. Let the shoulder be on the floor and the hip on the floor, but the bolster in between. And find a balance, so your legs supporting the balance. Place the top arm over your head somewhere to relax it down. And open the side body. Turn back to the experience of breath. Feel into that releasing quality of exhalation. Almost like the whole body melts just a little bit more with each exhalation. Let the body be your anchor of awareness. And just make friends with the current situation, whatever that might look like in your case. Almost like you relax into what is. Observe that gentle movement of breath, moving the body. It's very subtle, but it's there. Why do we use the body as an anchor? Because it's always in the here and now. It lives in the present moment only. As soon as you feel your body, you are present. As soon as you're present, you connect more deeply with the feeling of I am. I'm here. I feel. Keep your awareness of the breath and slowly move into a neutral posture on the belly or back. When you've found stillness, I want you now to reconnect with the breath, but this time feel into the moment when the inhale changes to the exhale and vice versa. Feel into the change when inhale becomes exhale. When exhale becomes inhale. Good, let's move to our last pose, which is child's pose. Very simple. There are a few different versions, but you can find your own one. You can use a bolster or not. You can have the knees open or together. You can have the hands forward or backwards. You can have the head to either side or on the middle. If it's difficult for your feet, you can place a blanket underneath the feet or a bolster. You can become creative and create your own pose. And what I like very much in this posture is that the breath easily reaches all areas. So let the breath explore the inner space, the hips, the lower back. The side body, the ribs, the space behind the heart. The shoulders, the neck, or the whole front body. Let it explore all those areas. And relax the whole body. It can get intense in the legs because it's a lot of compression. Maybe you can make friends for a while with that intensity. Just relaxing into that. And if it gets too intense, you adjust or you find your Savasana. And gently, lovingly turn awareness to the breath over and over again. Feel it fully. Embrace it. Relax into it. Just a few more moments, a few more breaths. Turn slowly to your Savasana. Any form of Shavasana is all right. Starfish, spreading the arms wide or having them close. And just for the first minute, I want you again to focus on the breath. This time, guide your breath to the navel and watch the navel rising and sinking. And slow down that breath, meaning for the first minute you pace down, you actively control the breath, going slower. Very equal inhalation and exhalation time. Slow it even more down. Exhale, the navel sinks. Inhale, the belly rises. Your slowest breaths of this class. Beautiful, good. And now release. No control, no technique. Just bask in the feeling of I am here, I feel, I am present. Relax into that beingness of you being here. Gently invite awareness to come back to the breath. And start to maybe first only use your eyes. Bring the eyes in circles or from side to side. Open or closed, doesn't matter. Good, and then roll the head from side to side. Introduce some little movements, fingers and toes as well. And take a deep inhalation, a sigh, and maybe a stretch. Nice. Find your way onto the side and eventually into a seated, no rush. Let's sit for 1 or 2 more minutes. So whenever you find your way back, make it comfortable. Sit kind of upright and close the eyes down again. May we celebrate the source, that what gives us the ability of experience. May we celebrate or worship that source and its truths. And may we awaken to the knowledge of who we are. If you want to join in for that chant, maybe make a sneak peek to that little picture at the wall, or just join in or just listen. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Practice is complete. Namaste.